I live in Wisconsin, and outside today, it's cold. It's like really cold. It's like -8. So when I woke up today, and I stretched, and I walked over to wake my dog up, and I said, "Hey, Pablo, it's time to go outside." I looked at my Chihuahua, shaking a little bit, put his coat on him, and put him outside. It got me thinking, I am very glad that I don't have to go anywhere today. But I know I work remote, but many people watching this video probably don't work remote. And I'm sure you thought to yourself, I can do this from home, but I don't know how to convince my boss to let me do that. Well, today I am going to show you how you can go about doing just that. Let's go. I am Ben White with Ben Talks Talent. I have been in recruiting, talent acquisition, and team building for 11 years, and I am passionate about helping you with your career. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, take 3 seconds and subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. And if you are not new, well, welcome back. Today, I want to talk about working remote. Now, I've worked remote for 4.5 years and I love it. Some of you have probably been working remote because of COVID for the past 8, 9, 10 months. And some of you are maybe going back into the office. Or some of you may have been in the office the entire time. I don't know, it probably depends where you are. But I'm sure some of you are thinking, man, I would really like to work remote. And I think it's gonna happen for more people moving forward. But I know there are still some companies who are a little hesitant. They are gun shy and allowing their people, even though their job could be done remotely, to work remote. So today I wanna talk about how you can go about making the case to best position yourself to work remote. Now, the first thing I want you to do is think about a plan. When you go to ask your boss, you can't just walk in there and be like, "Hey, I really like working from home." That is not a good plan. You need to come with an actual plan. So the first thing I would suggest doing is already think through the objections, right? Think through what your boss might say, like, well, we have a team meeting, how are you gonna do that? And plan out the logistics. So that's step one, right? Think about all the objections your boss might have, and think about how you can make it work, right? What you don't want to happen is go into this conversation with your boss and your boss goes, "Well, what about this?" And you go, "Oh yeah, that's a good, I don't know, I haven't thought about that. I'm sure we'll find a solution." That's not a good way to approach it. So think about all the logistics, think about all the objections, and already have an answer on what you can say, how you can counter it, and how you can still be effective despite these potential hurdles. That's step one. The next thing I want you to do is bring data. Data is your friend, and it is so easy to go onto Google and type in benefits of working remote, and you will find a ton of information. And you're gonna find things on people are more effective, people are less likely to leave, it's more cost effective for your organizations. There are tons of statistics out there. So go find a trusted source, comb through, read a couple articles, and then write down some points that will back your position, right? Talk about the cost savings, talk about how much more effective. If you read somewhere that employees are 120% as effective when working remote, that seems like a thing you might want to tell your boss when you go in to have that discussion, right? I think so. So go out there and cherry pick some statistics that will help you make your point. Added note, Google downfalls to having employees work remote, right? Google and find out what the problems are, where there might be issues, and read about those issues, and then be prepared to address them. Maybe find some counter statistics that can counter some of the negative points to working remote. So second point here, data. Data is your friend. Bring it to the conversation, leverage it. The next thing I want to talk about is a suggestion, right? So if you go to your boss and go, "Hey boss, I never want to come in again for the rest of the time I work here." That is a daunting suggestion. As a person who has to think not only about you and your performance, but maybe other people on the team and their performance, and getting this conversation happening over and over again and how it might change the dynamics, that's intimidating. Start in chunks. Be like, "You know what I'd like to try? I think I can be really effective working from home. What if we try 1 to 2 days a week and see how it works?" How would you feel about that? I think most people who want to work remote, if you went from 0 days remote to 1 to 2 days remote, you'd consider it a win, right? Well, it's also a great way to show your boss that you can be more effective. in your role. Now, if they acquiesce to that, right? And they go, okay, I'm open-minded to that. I am willing to let you do that, Ben. Let's see how it goes. Pick a couple days, do that, and then be wildly effective on those days, right? If you've got 2 days to show I can be effective working remote, get in. Send that email early, right? Say if you're normally sending out an email at 8:15 and you can do it at 7:30 because you're home and you don't have to do a commute, do that. Make those days incredibly productive. Have your boss go, whoa, Ben got so much accomplished on these days, I'd kind of be foolish to not consider it. So that would be my tip. Start with suggesting trial runs. Start the trial run and crush the trial run. The next thing I want to talk about is a forced trial run. And I often bring up a nuclear option in my video, and this is a more aggressive option, and I'm usually not for them unless the situation dictates that it's the only way to go about getting what you want, but this would be kind of the nuclear-ish option. If your boss isn't really open to it, there's a lot of hesitancy, they don't want you to do the short trial run, try a forced trial run. So what is that? That is you calling in sick, saying you're not feeling well, but then using that day as a work from home day, okay? So you have to really want to work from home to use this option, but if you're like, I really want it, I think it'll work, they're hesitant, but I want to show them it'll work, this is a great option. So don't pick a Friday or Monday, right? Because that just makes it look like you're trying to get a long weekend. But a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, say, you know what, I'm not feeling well, I'm gonna stay home, okay? But then stay in touch with all the people on your team. Stay in touch with your boss. Get some tasks done. You'd be like, you know what, I'm not feeling great, but I'm still able to do some of these things from work. And I wanna do it because I wanna contribute to the team and keep the ball rolling. And then be wildly effective. And show your team, show your boss that you can still be effective from home. It is a great way to kind of do that trial run, right? Instead of saying, you know, I'm gonna take those 1 or 2 days and I'm gonna work remote, this is a way of you saying, you know what, you're not willing to do this, but let me show you what it could be. And if you do that and you do a great job, I think it might crack open the door here to allow your boss to go, you know what? Ben called in sick, but then was really effective working from home. Maybe there is something to this. And then have a frank, open, and honest discussion. The reality is not every boss is going to be open to this. Not every boss is going to be happy with it. Not every corporation or role, do they think this is viable? But there are certain situations where this little extra push might be all that you need. So there you have it. I hope this helps. If you are one of those people who is looking to work remote, good luck. Try these strategies out. And one last time, while you are here, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It is motivation for me to keep making these videos. Thank you for taking the time here. Good luck.